Kia ora whānau. Yeah, changing scales. I've just got some new 3D printed scales for my Outrider there, my Swiss Army Outrider. And this holds a pen, holds the tweezers and toothpick. But as you can see, I've swapped out my toothpick for an aftermarket Tortoise Ferro rod. Now what I've found is take all that stuff out of your scales first, and then I found going in here you need something quite fine, and then I actually went this way first to there, and then I came back to about there, and then you've got to get under there and lift it up. And I got to about there, and then I used my blade of my and went all the way around, and you just pop that scale off. So it's just a matter of starting where the tweezers were and going round here, and you got this one here, so it's and then just lifting that up so it comes off that one, and then you got to get off that one, and then that gave me an opportunity to get under there and lift all around to there, and then I had to come back and then get into the center a bit more and pop off that one. Yeah, I couldn't find a video on YouTube with regard to that. So we'll see if try and do it on frame. Yeah, I can. As soon as I've got that in there, yeah, pop that one. Oops. Yeah, pop that one. Not easy trying to. There we go. That's how we get the scales off our Outrider. And then all you do basically, oh, so you basically have those scales where you want them. I'll pause you. So the next step, friends, is get a vise. And roughly sit these how you want them. And then I will get some cardboard just to protect them. That side's pressed on. I just got to do that side now. Right. Pull that away. It should help press that. Here we are. Oh, just might need to do a little bit more there. Press that in there. And I hope you can see that on camera. So that's all it's all pressed on nicely. And these are plus scales. I'll show you why inside. Right, we're back far out. Oh, that could be. Oh, yeah. There's for our tweezers. That there is for our pen. Pen and tweezers. That there. What's that hitting on? Hitting on something. Yeah, so because it's new, I just had to work that in. So yeah, just work your bits and bobs back and forth till it. I could push that in further. This is another new thing. Is there's a spot here for a pin. Oh my goodness. Sorry, friends. And something else I've done is I've made my own tinder for the corkscrew, and I've just put some electrical what are they called, and you shrink it over the top. So that fits in there. So I've got a ferro rod there, pin behind that. And then on this side I've got a, it's cool having a pen now, so that's a bonus. Pen, tweezers, and something else I've got on this. So I've been able to locking blade, which I like. Is that the one I've, yeah. At this end, this locks. And I've done a Dave Canterbury mod, which is put a 90° on the bottom of that. So you can use that to strike your ferro rod, because the folding saw doesn't lock. So I thought that was a good mod from Dave Canterbury. What else we got in here? Right, I've got to take my scissors out. Saw, scissors. Then I can use this here, which is the Phillips screwdriver, and then now if I get my tweezers, I've actually got a little hook thing there, and if you look in there, I've actually got a ferro rod. I've got a ferro rod in there. There's my lock there. What's that? Is that the can opener? So that's where my pen might come in handy. I actually should have I should have taken these things out, because I forgot about them before I put my scales on. So I'll pause it. Right, Fano, back again. Yes, I just used a bit of 3-in-1 machine oil. Yeah, while I'm there, to lubricate everything up. This is one of the smallest rods you can get. I can't remember where I got that. And that, I believe. Oh, what am I doing here? Hold on. Oh. So I believe I can fit it in that middle section underneath the screwdriver. careful. There you can see it there. Oh. Sorry about the lighting, friends. So, extra ferro rod. So there we have everything. Ferro, the aftermarket 3D print handles for the Swiss Army Outrider. So locking knife blade, flat grind, I like that because you can feather stick, but you also can use that for food prep. Scissors, saw. You've got bottle opener, and that's got a screwdriver, and it's also got a, if I open it all the way, it's got a wire stripper, tweezers pen, aftermarket ferro rod from Tortoise gear. Now got a pin, corkscrew, but the corkscrew can be used for many uses. You know, if you've got knots that you need to get undone, you can get your corkscrew in there to help loosen up a knot. You can also screw your knife into a bit of wood, you know, if you needed to reach up and saw some kindling. Yeah, so yeah, for mine, and the pin. So for mine, that is the best bushcraft. Oh, hasn't got an awl. So whoops. So it's not the best bushcraft. It doesn't have an awl. So it lets it down. Oh well, if it had an awl, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? So, aftermarket from DBE3D 3D prints off Etsy, and just another bit of information of when you're pressing your scales onto your knife, make sure you got everything out, and don't press it too hard. Press it on as firm as it needs to, and then yeah, open everything up, make sure everything's free and moving nice. Yeah, because if you over press them, you're just gonna you could squish stuff and make everything a bit tight. So yeah, there's something we can take away there. So aftermarket plus scales from Etsy for our, oh, you can see the Victorinox, so it still shows you that you got Victorinox scales, but yeah, I've got similar blue scales on my little mini champ, so that's where I first saw that and thought, man, I'm going to get some for my Outrider. Sorry it's a long one, friends. Trying to do this on the fly, first time, and yeah, trying to cover important points to help anyone else that goes down this route. From Jason here, Rewarder, give us your feedback. Ka kite and all. Oh, this is an added extra, friends. I got this aftermarket leather case for my Outrider, and what I've done is I've got a little dedicated ceramic striker as backup, and I've just got this container which I've got that's got a that's got a pin in it. I've got some wax cotton in the lid, and then I've got an extra fire starter that I've made that screws on to corkscrew. So that's the beauty of having a corkscrew. You can actually screw some tinder on there, but I've just heat shrunk some of that speaker wire. I forget what it's called, where you join your cable together and then you slide that over, and then you just add a bit of heat and it shrinks. So that just protects my fire starter. So sorry, it's a long one, but then I can just stick that in there. To be fair, I could slip an extra Ferro right up there as well, but and then I could just probably stick a Ranger band or something on that just to stop it flapping around, but you know, it sits there quite nice. So, pocket knife setup, Outrider Swiss Army knife with plus scales from DBE3D, and you can get all sorts of colours there, friends. Yeah, go through and choose what you like, kakiti and all. Back again, whānau. So these scales were from 3BE, sorry, DBE3D print. So next to the D is actually a B. So my aftermarket Swiss Army knife, the pouch. But I was mucking around with my Outrider. It actually does have an awl, so it is the perfect bushcraft knife, in my opinion. Yeah, all those little extras is perfect. So yeah, just to update, tack on the end. My bad. Pronouncing the where the 3D print scales were from was wrong, and from Etsy, and yeah, I didn't realise I had my awl on the top of my knife. So yeah, just a correction there, kakiti and all.